Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So as I told you, I'm associated with an organization, Give Gita. So based on the teachings of our spiritual master, our teacher, Shri Vrindavan Chandra Das ji, so based on his teachings, I'm presenting this specific module, all right, and subsequent modules as well. And I would be adding the teachings given by Srila Prabhupada as well. All right. So today is introductory session in which we'll try to understand that why we should take spiritual knowledge. All right. What is the purpose? Why? Because unless we are convinced with the why part of it, then it will be easy, for us to join the subsequent sessions also. All right. So it is very, very important for us to understand that why it is so important to take spiritual knowledge. So here, these are certain questions. So there is this quotation from Vedanta Sutra. The Sutra means what? Sutra means a formula. Okay. Sutra means formula. So Vedanta Sutra is a Veda, a text. The first formula in the Vedanta Sutra is Athato Brahma Jigyasa. All right, Athato Brahma Jigyasa. So that means Ataha Brahma Jigyasa. When we, do the Sandhi Viched, it's Sanskrit, it is Athato Brahma Jigyasa. So that means Ataha Brahma Jigyasa. The meaning of this specific, formula is that now you have got human body. Okay. Now inquire for the absolute truth. Inquire for the Brahm. Inquire for the spirituality. So what is that inquiry, that is actually being is expected from an individual, from a soul who has taken the birth in human species of life. All right, here these are certain questions which we have mentioned in English as well as in Hindi. So I'm going to go through these questions one by one, and I'm sure you can relate. Sometime or the other, you also must have come across thinking on these specific points and looking for answers to these questions. Okay. For example, first question is, and we have to understand that these kind of questions, no other species can actually, think of these questions. They do not have, although animals are all, if we compare with animals, example, animals are also intelligent. You can train them. Okay. They're intelligent, but human beings have got a superior intelligence, and that superior intelligence is that human beings can inquire for spirituality with animals or lower species cannot. Okay, so the inquiries are, for example, number one, why do sufferings or problems and failures occur repeatedly even when undesired? न चाहते हुए भी जीवन में दुख समस्याएं एवं असफलताएं बार बार क्यों आती है? See, we work very hard to be successful. Okay, we do a lot of planning, we take very good education. Okay, and we try to implement the things also in the right way. But even though working so hard, we face repeated failures, we face problems. We don't endeavor for problems, but problems, though, they come up in our life. Okay. Second is, why do bad things happen to good people and good things happen to bad people? अच्छे लोगों के साथ बुरा क्यों होता है और बुरे लोगों के साथ अच्छा क्यों होता है? आपने भी ये सब सोचा होगा कभी ना कभी. You might have noticed, like in your friend circle, in society, or in family, or in your office, you must have come across people which you feel that they are not that good, but still they are enjoying things, they are happy. And sometimes you would notice that a person is really good, but somewhere he's suffering. So why do these things happen? So the answer to these questions is in Bhagavad Gita, in spiritual knowledge. Okay. Next is, who has predestined our lives, God, fate, or ourselves? हमारा जीवन किसने निर्धारित किया है? भगवान ने, भाग्य ने, या हमने? So this is one of the questions. All right. And what is fate? Does fate make who we are, or do we make our fate? भाग्य क्या है? भाग्य हमें बनाता है या हम भाग्य को बनाते हैं? So this is about fate. So do we make our fate, or it is the fate which makes us what we are? So this question. And who has decided our fate, our life? Is it God? Is it our fate? Or is it us who have, decided our life? And then, is this daily rat race the goal of life? क्या रोज की भाग दौड़ ही जीवन का लक्ष्य है? So this is also one of the very, very important question. Many of you, at times must have, come across this question also, that, every day it is like this and we are just running, running. But what is the destination? What is our goal? So is this the only goal? So this is one of the questions. And then, what is death? Does everything end with death, or is there something beyond this? मृत्यु क्या है? क्या मृत्यु पर सब कुछ खत्म हो जाता है, या इसके आगे कुछ और भी है? ओके, सो डेथ भी है, कि डेथ का भी जो है क्वेश्चंस आते, वी सी डेली, वी सी पीपल डाइंग, बट स्टिल, one thing is that even though we see people dying, but the way, we deal with our lives, it is like that we have this confidence that we are never going to die. Majority cases is like this. Okay, and when we look at people dying, when we have, Brahma Jigyasa, so it would be like that, what is death? Is it the end of everything, or there is life beyond death, or something beyond death? So these kind of questions. Is there rebirth? And if there is rebirth, can we do something to make our life good, our next life good? क्या पुनर्जन्म है, और यदि है तो क्या हम अपने अगले जन्म को अच्छा बनाने के लिए कुछ कर रहे हैं? So this is also one of the very, very important questions, that if, because nowadays, we know that we come across a lot of, cases of near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences, and rebirth, reincarnation. So if there is rebirth, so it is absolutely important for us to understand that whatever activities we are doing currently in life, is it going to help us in our next lives? Or what is it that we are doing that our next life is a better one than this? All right, and does this world have a creator? Is there only one God or many? क्या इस संसार का कोई रचयिता है, क्रिएटर है? भगवान एक है या अनेक? So when we look at this entire cosmic manifestation, we understand that there is some intelligent brain behind all this. Those who are science students, or who have studied science, you will understand, the basic formulas, the natural laws. For example, when you're talking about universal gravitational constant, or you're talking about acceleration due to gravity, or Planck's constant, okay, speed of light, and all these, different constants. So they are perfectly, those formulas are perfectly being, calculated based on those specific constants. So that means that law is not changing. That law is fixed. So what does that mean? That all this entire cosmic manifestation, there is a creator who is very, very intelligent creator. Okay, because looking at this intelligent design, one can actually deduce that there is a creator behind. All right, and then, is religion the cause of the caste system and quarrels, or is it the wrong understanding of the religion which is the cause? क्या जातिवाद और आपसी झगड़ों का कारण रिलीजन है, या इसकी गलत समझ है? तो धर्म क्या? Is it the religion? It is a misunderstanding of religion, because of which, there are quarrels and there is caste system, or actually it is the religion itself which is the cause of this. And then, is spirituality and religion the same? क्या spirituality, अध्यात्म और religion क्या same है? क्या spirituality और religion एक है? So this is also, and so on. There must be, other questions also. Now, I would request you all, whoever would like to participate, to share that do you also come across such questions? आपको कभी जिज्ञासा हुई है, इस प्रकार के सवाल आए हैं कि आप रिलेट कर पा रहे हैं? Are you able to relate your inquiries with these specific questions? और कुछ additional questions अगर आपको शेयर करना चाहते हैं, तो please go ahead. You can raise your hand. Okay, so it is easy for me to call out your name, and then please share कि आपको क्या जिज्ञासाएं लगती है, जिसके आप आंसर्स जीवन में ढूंढ रहे हैं. What all inquiries for which you are looking for answers in your life, but somehow they are kind of unanswered as of now, or partially answered. Anyone would like to share? Yes, Tanviji, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think whatever you just mentioned, most of the questions I mostly encountered throughout my life. And the recent one is like what happened. Like my father-in-law passed away a few months back, so that was like the latest question. Like what happens after death? Is there a rebirth? What is that process? What happens to our soul? Yeah, and that
Mhm.
sort of questions. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Great. Who else would like to share? Okay. Saraswati Mataji, please go ahead.
Actually, I'm curious about life after death.
Okay.
What can I do to prepare myself for to go into the next stage of my life, my next journey?
Okay.
Thank you.
Very nice. Jayashri Mataji, you had also raised your hand. Yes, go ahead.
हमारा ये जो जन्म हुआ है ये भी क्या कोई पिछले जन्म से संपर्क रख के हुआ है या कुछ इसका क्या है?
ओके मतलब बेसिकली यू वांट टू नो वेयर वी हैव कम फ्रॉम, हमारा ओरिजिन क्या है, व्हाट इज आवर ओरिजिन, व्हाट इज द बेसिस ऑफ आवर दिस बर्थ,
यस
राइट?
यस, ये हम लोग मतलब लाइक पिछले जन्म का भी कुछ ऐसा हो कि हम लोग इस जन्म में आए हैं या डायरेक्ट हम लोग को ये जन्म मिला, हम लोग नेक्स्ट जन्म में क्या करेंगे?
Okay, great. So you all are, very, very blessed ones because you are getting these inquiries, in your mind. You are thinking about these questions, and not everybody, even though one gets a human body, but it's not necessary that everyone would be enlightened enough, uh, to actually inquire for these specific questions. And you will get answers to all these questions in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, सबके आंसर्स जो है वो भगवद गीता में है. ऑलराइट, तो अब इसमें आगे हम देखेंगे. तो ये तो आपका, अब इसमें नॉलेज के लिए वी मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड दैट देयर आर टू काइंड ऑफ नॉलेजेस according to spiritual, according to Ishopnishad, Shri Ishopnishad. Okay, there is a verse in Shri Ishopnishad. We are going to quote these verses when we go ahead with the course. So there are, two kinds of knowledge. One knowledge is known as material knowledge. Okay, material knowledge is the knowledge of matter. मतलब इसको क्या कहते हैं हिंदी में? भौतिक ज्ञान, भौतिक ज्ञान. All right, and the other knowledge is spiritual knowledge, that is knowledge of the spirit, that is known as adhyatmic ज्ञान. Okay, so material knowledge हमें क्या करता है? Material knowledge informs us of how the dead matter works. For example, how do various organs of the body work? How does the heart work? How does the kidney work? Okay, and for example, if you talk about some other material thing, so example a car. So how does a car work? How does the motor engine work? Okay, what is the utility of a clutch? What is the use of brakes? तो ये सारे जो क्वेश्चंस हैं ये भौतिक ज्ञान के अंडर आते हैं. दीज कम अंडर मटेरियल नॉलेज. ओके, क्योंकि यहाँ पर सोल नहीं आ रही है. आप देखेंगे ये जो शरीर है ना हमारा एक्सटर्नल, तो ये बॉडी जो है ना, बॉडी इज एक्चुअली ऑलवेज डेड फंडामेंटली. ठीक है, क्योंकि ये जो है ये डेड मैटर से बना है. बट बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रेजेंस ऑफ सोल in the body, so this dead matter gets into action. Okay, so whatever knowledge is about the working of the body, it is the knowledge of matter. All right, so now let's come to the spiritual knowledge. Spiritual knowledge informs us of the objective of doing these activities, such as why have we got this body, what is its purpose, why is the motor car manufactured, what is the objective of manufacturing and driving a motor car. All right, so material knowledge is talking about how things are working, but spiritual knowledge is talking about the goal, why part. Okay, and where we have to go. So that aspect is taken care of by the spiritual knowledge. Actually, it is the knowledge of life. Spiritual knowledge in simple terms is the knowledge of life, knowledge of soul. Okay, now next, material knowledge mitigates and actually reduces the sufferings by providing facilities. It cannot give you happiness. It gives you pleasure, which is completely different from true happiness. Whereas, see, spiritual knowledge tells us the objective of life. It teaches us how our body has been created and the goal of this creation. It is only spiritual knowledge that, due to being independent of external factors, is able to give complete happiness. अब देखिए इसमें एग्जाम्पल ऐसे होता है कि जो मटेरियल नॉलेज है that is actually is reducing our sufferings. For example, when we invent, for example, जब हमने एक एयर कंडीशन को इन्वेंट किया, तो उसमें क्या है कि जब गर्मी हुई, when there is there is a hot weather, then you will feel comfortable with the एयर कंडीशनर. ओके, यही अगर आप विंटर्स में देखेंगे तो देन यू नीड अ हीटर. ओके, दैट एयर कंडीशन विल नॉट गिव यू हैप्पीनेस और प्लेजर. दैट प्लेजर इन विंटर्स विल बी गिवन बाय व्हाट? गिवन बाय हीटर. तो यहाँ पर एग्जाम्पल है कि मटेरियल नॉलेज से हम जो भी इन्वेंशंस करते हैं, वॉट एवर इन्वेंशंस we do with this material knowledge, so those will actually improve our standard of life kind of thing. Okay, it will reduce our suffering. Okay, but it cannot give you happiness. Why it cannot? क्योंकि वो जो happiness है वो conditioned है. जैसे आपने एग्जाम्पल देखा, आपने एग्जाम्पल एयर कंडीशन का देखा, वो आपको हैप्पीनेस कब देगा? आपको केवल गर्मियों में वो हैप्पीनेस देगा. अब आप सर्दियों में अगर बोलेंगे हम एसी चला के बैठे तो वो आपको हैप्पीनेस नहीं देगा. ठीक है, तो कहीं ना कहीं उसमें हैप्पीनेस का क्या है कि वो सर्कमस्टेंसेस के ऊपर, किसी कंडीशन के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है. दैट स्पेसिफिक फैसिलिटी दैट मटेरियल नॉलेज इज प्रोवाइडिंग यू. ठीक है, अब स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज क्या है? स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज आपको लाइफ का एम बताएगा. स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज विल टेल यू द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ लाइफ. व्हाई दिस बॉडी इज क्रिएटेड, व्हाट इज द गोल ऑफ दिस एंटायर क्रिएशन. ओके, व्हाट इज आवर गोल ऑफ लाइफ. ओके, और उसमें क्या है कि स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज में क्या होता है कि व्हेन यू स्टार्ट टेकिंग स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज, देन you can get the bliss which is independent of the external factors. When you realize that you are spirit souls. Spirit soul के characteristic होता है, आपने सुना होगा नाम सच्चित आनंद. You have heard सच्चित आनंद. So सच्चित आनंद is the basic characteristic of the soul. So Sat means eternal, Chit means knowledgeable. Okay, or knowledgeable or being aware, and Anand means blissful. Okay, so when we understand that we are Satchidanand souls, okay, so that blissful part of it will automatically will come. Okay, and we will feel that, and that blissfulness that we feel, that is independent of the external situations of life, factors of life. All right, but the pleasure that you are getting from the material things, that is conditional, and that is also temporary and perishable. Okay, आप एसी का एग्जांपल लीजिए तो एसी खराब हो सकता है. ठीक है, और वो चीज क्या है कि वो टेम्पररी है, वो पेरिशेबल है. बट स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज में क्या है? द ब्लिस दैट वी गेट आउट ऑफ स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज एक्चुअली is eternal. That is eternal bliss. Okay, it is not conditional. It does not depend on the external factors. All right, so material knowledge is telling us how things are working, and spiritual knowledge is telling us how also and why. All right, so this is one of the quote from our teacher. Material knowledge only tells us how, spiritual knowledge tells us why and how. So we'll understand with a simple example. See here, material knowledge will tell us the functioning of the car. All these the parts of the car, how they function and all that stuff. Okay, so this is car analogy here. Now see the goal, where that car has to go, what is the destination. So that goal part is given by what? Spiritual knowledge. All right, so similarly this body is considered as a vehicle. In Bhagavad Gita there is a verse जिसमें कृष्णा कहते हैं कि ये जो soul है, soul is sitting in the vehicle which is made of these material elements. हमारी body जो है, external body, that is made up of material elements. तो ये जो है, ये एक vehicle है, ये एक वाहन है in which soul is residing. So now if you look at this analogy, तो इससे हम क्या समझते हैं कि हमें इस vehicle को use करके we have to reach the goal. Okay, so वो goal क्या है? That is also being provided in the Bhagavad Gita, and how to reach that goal is also provided in the Bhagavad Gita. That we'll understand in subsequent. All right, and see another analogy here. Body functioning, material knowledge is giving you body functioning, but how to use this body? What is the goal? What is the purpose of this body? Okay, so that goal part of it will be told by what? Provided that will be
Hare
provided
Krishna
by
Mataji.
spiritual knowledge. Hare Krishna, Danat Pranam. Your name, Mataji?
Mansi.
अच्छा, मानसी. हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna.
स्क्रीन नहीं है ना तो. All right, मानसी, you are late.
हाँ, मैं एकदम लेट हो गया, सॉरी थोड़ा आज.
Okay, ठीक है. I'll be sharing.
आपकी आवाज कम आ रही है बहुत.
Is everyone able to hear me?
Yes.
मानसी, आप थोड़ा अपना वो स्पीकर का वॉल्यूम कीजिए. ठीक है. Okay, now this is the last slide for today. Okay, so आप इसको अब समझिए. अब एक चीज मुझे बताइए, आप जितना भी एजुकेशन आप सिस्टम देख रहे हैं, एंटायर एजुकेशन सिस्टम दैट इज अराउंड यू, अब आपको डिफरेंस पता चल गया. यू अंडरस्टूड कि मटेरियल नॉलेज स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज में डिफरेंस क्या है. ठीक है, अब जो हमारे आसपास जितना भी एनवायरमेंट में मटेरियल जो नॉलेज के ऊपर वर्क किया जा रहा है, नॉलेज ली जा रही है, ठीक है, नॉलेज एनहांस की जा रही है, प्राइमरीली वो बेसिस किसके ऊपर बेस्ड है? इज इट मटेरियल और इज इट स्पिरिचुअल? व्हाट इज इट? दैट इज योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. बताइए, आपको क्या लगता है कि क्या भौतिक ज्ञान के लिए क्या फोकस चल रहा है आजकल, कि आध्यात्मिक ज्ञान के लिए ज्यादा फोकस कहाँ चल रहा है?
भौतिक ज्ञान.
मानसी जी सिंह भौतिक ज्ञान. हु एल्स? हु वांट्स टू से आध्यात्मिक ज्ञान? और हु फील्स इट इज आध्यात्मिक ज्ञान? बताइए. यस सेजल, बताइए. देखो, इंटरैक्टिव सेशंस होना चाहिए. इट शुड नॉट बी लाइक वन साइडेड.
Sorry, Mataji, I can't see your presentation.
Yeah, I have now removed it as of now, because I'm asking the group that looking at the things around us, okay, the environment around us, what do we feel? That is there more focus on material knowledge or more focus is on the spiritual knowledge?
For me, it is spiritual knowledge.
For you, but what is it that environment, you know, the kind of courses which are available around, what do you think they are, you know, focusing on?
Material knowledge.
I think people are focusing on material.
Yes.
Material.
Yes. So everyone agrees? Or somebody has a different opinion? आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि हम भौतिक ज्ञान के ऊपर ज्यादा फोकस हैं?
Yeah, yes. In the daily life, it's more on the material knowledge than the spiritual knowledge.
Tara ji, you are. I'm trying to mute you. There is echo coming from the side. Okay, it's fine now because I was not able to mute you. Yes, Tanvi ji. Okay, so now that is why, you know, the people you will find in today's, you know, world, people are very stressful. Okay, on small things, you know, there are fights, there are quarrels. All right, because of lack of spiritual knowledge. So when we go ahead, we are going to talk about it in more detail. Okay, so now next, you know, slide here is, now see that by spiritual knowledge, this is one of the aspects, you know, by spiritual knowledge we can complete our personality. See, we are spirit souls with human experience. Okay, we are spirit souls. Okay, and this body that we have acquired is a material body. All right, so see the left part of this, this picture. There's an emotional quotient, there's intelligence quotient, physical quotient. Nowadays there is financial quotient also. Okay, so all these things are what? These all things are that these quotients which I just now spoke out. So these are based on the material aspect of a personality. Okay, and nowadays more focus is on the material aspect of the personality, but the spiritual quotient part of it. Okay, that how, you know, we are spiritually, what is our level of spirituality? Okay, the health of our spiritual knowledge. So that part is missing, and that is why, you know, our personality is half personality. We are kind of handicapped in today's situation because of the lack of the spiritual quotient. All right, so here you can see that when we add spiritual knowledge to the current material knowledge, then only we'll be able to complete our personalities. And when our personality is completed, then we will get empowered, you know, empowered to be tension free, to be happy, to be successful, to be at peace in any circumstances, or if any obstacles, they come across in our life, but in spite of those hindrances, obstacles, and adverse circumstances, we can live a tension-free, happy, and successful life. All right? And this is how we are going to cover the course. Okay. So first, we are going to do the introductory part. See, there are 5 subject matters of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. 5 main subject matters. First is God. Who is God? Second is who is soul. Third is what is this nature. Okay. And fourth matter is time. How time factor is acting. And fifth is action. Like what actions we should perform, what actions we should not perform. Okay. What actions are going to bind us, what actions are going to relieve us. So God we say in Sanskrit Ishwar, soul we say Jeev, nature is Prakriti, time is Kal, and action is Karma. We'll try to complete this part of the course in about 2 months of time. And we're going to start this from next week itself. Around 2 months of time, we'll talk about Ishwar, Jeev, Prakriti, Kal, Karma. Okay. And then level 1. Level 1 will be, we will do a little bit of important shlok recitation practice. Because see, these, these Sanskrit mantras and these, Bhagavad Gita shlokas, they actually, they will purify us. Okay, even though we find it difficult, because nowadays people don't promote Sanskrit also, even in schools lot of foreign languages and these things are coming up. But actually when you recite the shlokas in Sanskrit, when you try, and definitely I'm confident when we all start reciting, even though many of you who do not have a Sanskrit background, or who may be little bit skeptical that whether you would be able to do it or not, but I assure you, guarantee you that you will be able to fluently recite the shlokas, that's for sure. And I will also explain how to do how to understand by breaking up it into small words, and to be able to derive meanings out of it. So this shloka recitation practice for level 1 will be certain important shlokas we'll do. Okay. And then chapter wise summary and key shlokas discussion we can do. So this level 1 may take about 4 months or so. Okay. So if you go for introduction and level 1, so around 7 months it should be, or maybe maximum 6 to 8 months, we'll be able to complete this. And then level 2 is what? Level 2 is we will be doing shloka wise reading, scholarly study actually. Shloka wise reading, understanding the meaning of each word, understanding the meaning of the entire shlok and the purport, जो व्याख्यान है श्लोक का, तो उसको भी हम स्टडी करेंगे फॉर ऑल 700 श्लोकास. सो भगवत गीता में कितने श्लोकास है? देयर आर टोटल 18 चैप्टर्स एंड देयर आर टोटल 700 श्लोकास. तो ये जो होगा ये थोड़ा सा क्या, ये इलैबोरेटिव होगा. ठीक है, इट विल बी वेरी डिस्क्रिप्टिव. और इसके लिए जो समय है, अगर हम 700 श्लोक करें तो इसमें तो बहुत टाइम लगेगा. तो अभी मैं टाइम एस्टिमेशन ऑल्सो आई एम नॉट गिविंग. इट विल बी काइंड ऑफ कॉन्टिन्यूअल क्लास दैट वी आर लर्निंग द श्लोकास एंड वी आर एंड देन इसमें एप्लीकेशन पार्ट, जो इसमें वैसे ही एप्लीकेशन पार्ट ऊपर उसमें भी आएगा इंट्रोडक्शन में. Definitely when you do the 5 subject matters of Bhagavad Gita, you will get the entire summary of the Bhagavad Gita there also, along with how you have to apply it in your life. So that will come in the introductory part also. But here in level 2, what application method is, we will do one, we will adopt a method which is known as Dua method. Here the steps are discover, understand and apply. So that means when you are reading a shloka, so what is it, the knowledge that you have discovered? And discovery तो आपने करी कि this is what is mentioned, but how would you understand? ठीक है, आपने वो point निकाला, फिर उसको understand किया, and then after understanding, the next step is how to apply. So this will be very, very deep study of individual shlokas of the Bhagavad Gita in the form of discover, understand and apply. And Q&A, of course, ये हमारा we'll do it in every session. You have any questions, you can write in the group also, or you can ask in the session as well. All right, we'll try to answer. And in case I do not have answer to that question, I will consult my seniors and I will bring the answer. Shastric evidence के साथ I will share the answer with you. All right. Now, if you have any question, and we are recording this meeting, so I'll be sharing with one playlist link also, and you can just keep that link safe with you. Whenever you feel like, you can just go through the recording. All right. That's all from my side today. And if you have any questions or any comments, anything you want to add, please go ahead. And are you all comfortable with English? Is it fine with everyone?
Shouldn't be a problem, Mataji, because you are bilingual. So
Yes, I'm trying to. Yes.
So anyway, I'm very, very happy and blessed to have joined this group. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. And we are also blessed to have you in the group. So we feel blessed with association of all of you. And anybody has any questions, you can go ahead, please. Or comment, anything you want to add. And it has to be interactive, please, from next time onwards. हम सीखेंगे तभी जब हम क्या है कि हम इंटरेक्ट करेंगे, बिकॉज मुझे भी आप सबसे सीखने को मिलेगा. मुझे सब कुछ नहीं पता है, आई एम टेलिंग यू. आई एम ऑल्सो ट्राइंग टू लर्न. और मैं जो प्रभुपाद जी की टीचिंग्स है, जो हमारे गुरु जी की टीचिंग्स है, मैं उसको एज इट इज रूप में, यथा रूप में, एज इट इज आई वांट टू शेयर विद यू ऑल. But definitely lot of things, I will get to learn from you also. So we really appreciate that we all, interact.
Yes, Mataji.
ठीक है, तो आपको करिकुलम समझ में आया ना जयश्री जी, दैट हम कैसे प्रोसीड करेंगे.
हाँ, वो श्लोकास एंड ऑल ना.
ठीक है, तो पहले हम ईश्वर जीव प्रकृति काल कर्म इसके ऊपर करेंगे. नेक्स्ट टाइम वील पिक वन. एंड देन जब हम जीव के बारे में करेंगे तो सोल के बारे में, सोल के क्या कैरेक्टरिस्टिक हैं, क्या क्वालिटीज हैं. ठीक है, तो वो सारे भगवत गीता से रेफरेंसेस होंगे. और हाउ द सोल लुक लाइक.
6 months अप्रॉक्स चलेगी आप बोल रहे हो.
अराउंड 6 months, यस. लेवल 1 के साथ 6 months.
ओके.
एंड देन उसको हम एक एक श्लोक को डीप डाइव करके हम स्टडी करेंगे. जो लेवल 1 में क्या करेंगे, वी विल बी ओनली कवरिंग सम इंपॉर्टेंट, सर्टेन इंपॉर्टेंट श्लोकास, लिमिटेड. बट लेवल 2 विल बी ईच एंड एवरी श्लोक वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस.
हम लोगों को साथ में भगवत गीता की किताब भी रखनी होगी.
डेफिनेटली, अगर आप बुक रखेंगे तो बहुत अच्छा है. आई विल शेयर हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश वर्जन ऑफ द पीडीएफ ऑफ भगवत गीता दैट यू कैन कीप विद यू. ऑलराइट,
बिकॉज़ मेरे पास
डेफिनेटली
इधर बुक नहीं है.
कोई बात नहीं, आई विल शेयर द पीडीएफ, यू कैन गो थ्रू.
ओके.
ऑलराइट, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट. मैंने कहा ना कि देखो मेरी भी लर्निंग है, मैंने पीपीटी में ये नहीं डाला था. आई विल जस्ट राइट इट हियर. इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी मस्ट हैव भगवत गीता अ बुक. भगवत गीता इज एक्चुअली लाइफ मैनुअल. जैसे किसी मशीन की मैनुअल होती है ना, तो वैसे ही भगवत गीता लाइफ मैनुअल है. वो तो हमारे पास होनी चाहिए.
अरे मेरे पास एक्चुअली हम लोग शिफ्ट हुए अभी नए हैदराबाद में, तभी हमारी कैलकाटा में. इस बार मैं जाऊंगी तो लेके आऊंगी.
श्योर, ठीक है. तन्वी जी, आपको कुछ ऐड करना है? आपने हैंड रेस किया.
हाँ, yeah, I just would like to it started for you, like what makes you start understanding the spirituality and Bhagavad Gita. Was like any incident happened, or like how was the beginning for you?
Incident, so nothing happened. When I was young, very small, so I used to see my grandmother. She had a proper routine of reading spiritual books and singing bhajans and all. So I was interested, I liked it. It gave me a lot of peace. So, and then in the year 2002, I visited a temple, ISKCON temple, and in Delhi. And then my friend gifted me Bhagavad Gita. So actually her father, uncle is no more now, but he was a life member of ISKCON. So I always say that that my friend's father was a path pradarshak guru for me. Actually, he showed me the way. That I regard him a lot for this. So my friend, she gifted me Bhagavad Gita, and then when I started reading Bhagavad Gita, I understood one thing. I understood that this is what I was looking for. But then for about 12 years I was looking for a teacher. For 12 years I struggled. I could not find. I listened to a lot of teachers, gurus that we call, okay. But still I could not understand what is to be done. So in about 2012 I came across Gaurang Institute for Vedic Education, and our guru, we have a channel, Give Gita. So Then when I listened to the 13 hours course of my Guruji, that, introductory part, Ishwar Ji, Prakriti Kal Karm, that is based on Guruji's 13 hours course only. So then, it actually gave me, showed me, gave me the way that, okay, this is what it is. But before that, for about 12 years, I was trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. But honestly, even now I'm trying to understand because it is so vast. But at
Yeah.
least, some part of it, that how we have to apply. So then, I decided to give my entire life for this.
Mm-hmm.
And now it
Yeah.
is time to give back. And I got initiated about 6 years back. Okay.
Oh,
So
wow.
it about six years, and with the organization I've been associated more than, like it's 2023. So about 10, 11 years I have been associated. I've been listening to the classes. So now I feel, it's time to give back to although I'm, serving in the ashram as well, I'm teaching teenagers, children, Bhagavad Gita.
Wow.
And we, how we learn spirituality with children. We talk about the scientific theories like Big Bang Theory, Darwin's principle of natural selection, understanding the body, soul, and intelligence, and this ego and all these things from the scientific perspective, from the spiritual science perspective. So we are with children, we are doing it. Although we are doing the like shloka wise, also we are doing this study with children. But along with that, we are doing the scientific part of it also, because otherwise, no, children will not get attracted. They would
Yeah.
like orthodox things, they are teaching.
Yeah.
So I'm teaching children also now. I'm also handling some part of social media
Oh,
for
wow.
the
Yeah.
and
Very
I've
good.
done digital marketing course also. And by my education, I'm actually an engineer, okay, in
Mm-hmm.
electronics. And then I did my statistics, Six Sigma black belt. I was working as a quality manager in a multinational company,
Oh,
okay,
wow. Okay.
and I was driving Lean and Six Sigma projects. And then
Mm-hmm.
I took Diksha, and then I thought that if I put my feet in, two boats, then, I'm going to drown in water. So better, and my husband is very supportive. I'm very blessed. I'm
Yeah.
very,
Yeah.
very, so he supports me, and he told me that, okay, now you have taken this initiation, better, you focus on this aspect only. So
Okay. That's great.
only,
Really interesting. Yeah.
that's what it is.
Okay.
One more thing, Mataji.
Yes.
After the Bhagavad Gita session, we will get certificates क्या?
Yes, आप सर्टिफिकेट भी ले सकते हैं, नो प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है. और एक हमारा स्पिरिचुअल क्वेश्चन का भी है, मतलब जब आप व्हेन वी डू द इंट्रोडक्टरी पार्ट, आई विल शेयर विद यू अ लिंक ऑफ द दिस टेस्ट. Okay, it's not spiritual question test, it's a proper test on the 13 hours the course. Okay, when you apply for that you will get a certificate from Gaurang Institute for Vedic Education. I will arrange certificate from the institute. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? And I really look forward to, to be in contact with all of you, to be associated with all of you. And definitely I would appreciate, let's, begin with our sessions. And if you really like those sessions, I would really request you, to bring your friends, bring your, family members or Matajis. This will be purely Mataji's group. So bring them so that, the secret of, this, the art of, actually Bhagavad Gita. Okay, I will not, art of dash part of it I will share later on, not today. But the point is that how to, apply, because as I said, Bhagavad Gita is a life manual. So it's very important that, we try to propagate it as much as possible, because in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, whoever, spreads his message is the most dear to him, and no other will be as dear to him as a person who propagates his teachings. All right. But for that, I would request you to join the sessions and take some experience, my teaching style and the content. And if you really like, I would appreciate, if you bring your near and dear ones also, so that they also can get benefited.
Definitely.
All right. So if no
Definitely.
comments, yes, Shashi.
No, sorry.
Okay. So if no questions, no comments, so shall we close the session for today?
Mataji, are we having class tomorrow?
We are going to conduct it weekly, Saturdays only. But if you would like to have some more classes also, then we can work on it. But as of now, the classes are only Saturdays.
Okay, thank you. Because I thought it was like a Saturday half an hour and Sunday half an hour. But since you say it's only on Saturdays, it's okay with me. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. We can take it forward for two days, but then, let's start the sessions first. And, if there is demand comes that, okay, let's have it twice a week, then we'll do that as well. All right. Poonamji, you were saying something?
Yes, Mataji, is it possible to learn all 700 sloks in Gita?
Yes, it is very much possible. We have a student in our ashram, we take online classes. We have a student from Jaipur. So she
Okay.
knows she's 13 years. And she
Yes.
knows she recites all 700 verses.
Okay.
See,
I'm
just
trying-
understand. Krishna
Yes,
has
yes.
given this. See, Vedas are very vast. Okay. And this Bhagavad Gita is what? Bhagavad Gita is a summary, is known as the summary of the Vedas. So why would Krishna give us a summary which is so tough to understand or so tough to recite or learn? Okay. But still, Poonamji, we can try learning. But more important part is we should understand the meaning and application.
Yes,
Learning, you
yes.
can gradually keep on, reciting and trying to learn. But keep more focus, and reciting will also purify us. But keep focus on understanding and applying. That is more important.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Anita ji, for your comment. Thank you. All right. So shall we close the session?
Ji Mataji. Hare Krishna.
All right. सब ध्यान रखिएगा अपना.
जी
All of
माता
you
जी,
take care.
हरे
Hare Krishna. Dhanvat pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Good night, everyone.
Hare Krishna. Krishna night. Hari bol.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna night.